Hello, dear viewers. You are on the channel where the scariest and most mysterious stories come to life. True events, dark legends, and fictional tales that will send shivers even down the bravest spine. Every story here is a journey beyond the ordinary. If you enjoy fear and the unknown, subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to leave a like so you never miss a single story.
Today I'm going to tell you a story that still haunts me. It's not just a chilling tale, it's a real mystery about a village that vanished without a trace. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like. Some stories should never be forgotten, so the darkness doesn't return unnoticed. I first heard about Hoer Verde from my father, who worked in shipping along the inland rivers of Brazil. As a curious child, I became obsessed with the mysterious village that always seemed to be hidden behind mists and silence. The boat ride took hours, winding through lush green jungle, the air thick with heat, humming with insects and something else, tension. The closer we moved to the western bank lined with bamboo, the more the birdsong faded into an eerie hush. Standing on the dock, it took me a minute to realize the strangest thing: no one was there. The houses looked lived in, laundry hanging from lines, tools resting beside garden beds, but not a soul walked the narrow paths. Inside one home, warm food sat untouched. A spoon had fallen into a bowl. A radio played softly in another room. Not even the dog lying on the porch moved. Its stillness spoke louder than any scream could have. Teachers used to say that the scariest sound in the world is silence. That day in Hoer Verde, I finally understood. Everything seemed frozen in time: a cup of coffee half drunk, a child's notebook left open on a school desk. The church glowed faintly from within. A few candles still burned, their flames swaying slightly as if someone had just lit them. Hoping for clarity, I walked inside the schoolhouse again. Written in chalk on the blackboard, "There is no salvation." My heart sank. Someone, perhaps all of them, had left quickly, but something told me it wasn't by choice. In the tool shed, some rifles were gone, some left behind. One box of cartridges scattered on the floor opened in a rush. Along the path to the river, no clear footprints. Just strange deep impressions in the mud, too round to be human. Tried the village phone. Dead line. Only static. No tone. No voices. Without realizing it, I kept returning to the church. Somehow, it felt safer than any of the houses. On one of the pews was a journal. Elias, the schoolteacher, had written entries with a shaking hand: "They come at night." The more I read, the clearer it became: these people were afraid of something real and very near. Dusk arrived quickly. The shadows stretched down the empty streets like creeping fingers, and the air got colder. Through the open window, I thought I heard my name in a whisper. Not shouted, just softly said. Stayed overnight in my uncle's house, telling myself that morning would explain everything and the people would simply return. But the next day, the silence remained. Even the birds stayed away. The village was still dead. The church bell felt warm to the touch, as if it had rung recently. But there had been no sound. Found a crumpled slip of paper pinned to a tree by the square. The danger is already among us. For the rest of the morning, I searched every house again. Still no signs of chaos or bloodshed, just absence. Tried to force some comfort out of a cold cup of coffee from someone else's unfinished morning. It didn't help. Built a small fire, hoping the smoke would signal a nearby fisherman or hunter, but strangely, the smoke seemed to vanish mid-air. I started sensing something moving beyond view, like being watched from behind thick trees just beyond the paths. Left a note on the largest house's door, "If you came back, please find me." Then signed it with my full name. Dozed off on a bench, then woke with a jolt. Swore someone had touched my shoulder, but no one was there. The wind had stopped completely. The air itself felt like it was holding its breath. I wanted to scream just to break the silence, but my voice caught in my throat. I whispered instead. To keep track of what I was experiencing, I started a daily record, anything to stay grounded. Time began to feel strange. I lost hours just staring at the water, unable to remember what I'd been thinking. Hunger faded. My limbs ached. A fog moved through both the trees and my head. Behind the school, I found a dark print in the dirt. Not human. Not animal. Just wrong. That night, the voice came again, closer now. It didn't ask for help. It warned me. Don't follow. Then silence. Dozens of whispers followed all around me, layered with emotion. Grief. Terror. A strange kind of pleading. The church clock had started spinning backward. At first slowly, then ticking hard every second. I stopped looking at it. Couldn't remember what day it was anymore. Worse, couldn't remember my name for a few seconds. Then it came back. Went to the riverbed. The water had turned murky, brownish. No fish. No bugs. Just stillness. Tried escaping through the jungle trails, carving marks into trees with a knife. Hours later, I wound up back at the central square. That's when I saw him, or something that looked like my uncle. Same face. But the eyes, empty. Weak and disoriented, I barely felt the branches whip my arms while finding my way through the overgrown path. In the distance, flickering firelight. I pushed forward, heart racing. But there was no fire, just ashes. Still warm. Couldn't trust my own thoughts anymore. Not sure if this was dream or memory, or something else entirely. Tried to call out again, but my vocal cords barely worked. Like the air turned to wool around me. This wasn't just an abandoned place. It was being erased, people, objects, emotions, one by one, like a tide of forgetting. I went to the church again and scratched into the door. Whoever stays here, disappears. It wasn't just fear now, it was resignation. No one was coming. I wasn't getting out. Left my notes on the main table of my uncle's house. Maybe someday someone would find them. At sunrise, walked toward the North Road again. After 2 hours, the square appeared before me like a curse. Cold crept up my legs. Muscles trembled. My mind felt like it was dissolving at the edges. Light chatter echoed faintly through the trees. Familiar voices? I couldn't tell. Maybe they were memories or a trap. Gave up running. Laid down near the statue in the square and just stared at the sky. Strange comfort came with that last moment. I wasn't afraid anymore. Only quiet. Somewhere in my head, I felt the village take me in, not with violence, but with surrender. What happened to the people of Hoer Verde? I still don't know if I dreamed or joined them. Sometimes I wonder if I still exist, or if I'm just what remains of someone's forgotten memory. Wanderers still find the outskirts sometimes. The church still stands. But no one stays long. Some say it was a curse. Others think it was something older than myth, patient and unseen. I only know what I saw. And what I felt. It's not meant to be understood, only feared. That's why I'm telling this story, so someone remembers. So I won't vanish completely either. Like and subscribe, if you still believe there are mysteries we shouldn't try to solve. Until next time, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and don't follow the whispers in the fog.